Hi, and welcome to our session. It's great to see so many participants here. Maybe first of all, a short round of introduction. So I'm Alessandra. I'm a senior data scientist, and I work in the AI incubation team in Cloud ERP. And we are a central team, and we are supporting our product teams when they want to integrate machine learning into their products.
And my name is Olga Cherepanova. Warm welcome from my side. Happy to have you here. And Alessandra?
Yes, before we start, just a reminder, we have our Q&A tool here for those who are in the live session. So please feel free to post any questions you might have during the session already in the tool. And we have our experts, Raghu and Karsten, who will happily also answer during the session. And thanks, Raghu and Karsten, for supporting. All right. So our session is about SAP S/4HANA Cloud Fueled by Artificial Intelligence, or in short, what's up with artificial intelligence in S4. And you might ask yourself, why is SAP doing AI at all? And of course, you've all heard about this big AI hype currently, right? The Gen AI it's really everywhere. And you might think, okay, we have to do something. But the truth is actually SAP has been innovating in the area of artificial intelligence already for years. And we are going also to show you that in a few minutes. So we already have innovations shipped and is already accessible and can be used. And the idea for SAP is really to support our customers, to make the daily life, the daily work, when you interact with our systems, more efficient, easier, and of course also more fun. And yeah, with that, I would say I will start. And maybe just to start at a slightly higher level. So what is the SAP strategy on artificial intelligence? And this you can see here on the slides. So you can see we have our 4 cloud products here: Cloud ERP, Human Capital Management, Spend Management, and Business Network, and of course also Customer Relation Management. And when we want to infuse AI into our portfolio, we are not only talking into infusing it into our separate products, but of course also into the business process in specific. And you can see the business process is spanning across all the products here. And this is independent of the underlying technology. This can be, of course, document processing, recommendations, forecasting, whatever, you name it. But the idea is really integrate AI into the business process and span across the products. And the basis for all of this is, of course, our business data, which is also spanning across the products. One important thing to mention is responsible AI. So here at SAP, responsible AI is a very important topic for us. We do everything in our power to centrally ensure that all the features and new innovations we are delivering are responsible and ethically checked. We have a committee. Everything is going through a process. So yes, that we just want to make sure we're not doing anything unregulated with our artificial intelligence. So this is the SAP picture. And then we also have the open ecosystem of general purpose AI here. And the idea here is basically to keep it very open-minded and very flexible. Thanks. To keep it very open-minded with respect to the general AI vendors which are available. We know things are changing in this environment. New vendors will come up, and we also want to give customers a choice to which vendor they want to use for their models or for their technologies. Now, on the next slide, I basically have a very similar picture. Actually, it shows most of the content, basically what you've seen before. But there's one big difference, and the difference is that we have the business technology platform, which is spanning across all our products. This is the underlying connection between all of these products. And therefore, if we want to infuse AI into our business processes end-to-end, we also, of course, need the BTP to fuel our efforts here. So what has been going on here in the area, and yeah. So first of all, we have the Cash app, in the area of the cloud ERP, and this automates and simplifies the order-to-cash process and accounts receivables accounting with machine learning. And the basic idea here is to match the open receivables to incoming bank statement items. Then in the area of human capital management, we have SuccessFactors learning recommendations. And here we want to enable the users to find relevant course content from their learning libraries very fast and easily. And this is based on the user's learning history and also on the history of other users with a very similar profile. Then we have Concur Invoice Management for the spend management and business network, which is also helping you to be more efficient and get more insights into your invoice management system. And in the customer relation management system, we have the Customer Data Cloud Intrusion Detection, which is a very advanced product to monitor basically all the traffic and by this detect some strange traffic in your system very fast. Okay. Now this was basically the SAP strategy we have. Now what is the cloud ERP strategy on intelligent AI? And here you can see we have it basically split into two. In the upper part, it's the customer-facing side, it's user-driven, and in the lower part, it's the impact we have on the business process. And in the upper part, Olga is going to talk a bit more about this. We have the three pillars, so I will just go over it very, very quickly. We have the human-centered AI, which is basically the focus on the experience the end user has with our software and to make the life easier. For productivity tools, the idea is to bring our portfolio closer to the tools our customers are already using, for example, Microsoft Office or Google Workspace. And then last but not least, of course, the digital assistant. Yes, I'm sure you're having heard about Joule, right? This is the SAP digital assistant, but here it's really meant in a more general way to have a digital assistant. Now, what impact does this actually have on the business processes? And first and foremost, I mean, the easiest you can see is to go faster, right? We want to be more efficient with everything we are delivering. Then on the second pillar, we have to be proactivity. We want to get a specific amount of proactivity into everything. And just think about, there might be something happening in the system, right? Something might break down, and it would be great if we can be alerted already before something breaks down, right? Not after something breaks, but really before, so you can really be proactive and react already, and maybe you can prevent something from breaking down. Then the third point would be taking actions from insights, and here the idea is that we not only want to present our customers insights into their business data, right? Some reports or anything. We also would like to recommend them some actions, what they can take. And also maybe what-if scenarios. So that is a bit visionary, but if you think about having done a sales analysis, for example, in specific regions, and then you can ask the system, what if a specific supplier cannot deliver a given material? Or what if a product is not as successful as you expected it, right? And then you would like to get some recommendations from the system, what actions or countermeasures you could take here. But I said that is already visionary. And then very visionary is the last point, to automate business processes. This is really the idea to have a very low-touch system that you have one click and then the process or processes are being finished automatically. Of course, there are lots of open points regarding security, compliance, auditing, right? And of course, we take this very serious, and maybe not every process is really suitable for this, right? I mean, like an end year's closing or something, this is probably not what you really want to have been done completely automatic. But then there are also a lot simpler processes, of course, which are maybe long running and tedious, and then there's a sign-off in the end. Something like this we could imagine maybe to automate completely. All right, so from the strategy, from the cloud ERP, how do we want to make this work in practice, right? And This is what you can see now here on the slide. What are the technologies we need to make our vision live and bring it to you as a customer? And we have, of course, S4 as our digital core, our backbone. It's giving us the right structure and the business processes with the data. And then we can add intelligent technologies which are fully embedded in SAP S/4HANA. For example, situation handling, right, where you can basically get the right users being notified about something, what happens, being a deadline coming up or a contract coming to an end, stuff like this, right? But of course, many more things. This would be in the embedded space, and then we also have further intelligent industry capabilities available side by side via our BTP, via the SAP Business Technology Platform. And you can see there are many bubbles in here, right? I don't want to go over them all in detail, just to maybe mention one or two. So the intelligent situation automation would be an extension to situation handling here, where you can automate some of the issues that might arrive, and you would even have them processed in an automatic fashion. Another service from the BTP, what we can consume, for example, is the AI services. Here we can think about services for, let's say, getting from unstructured data to extract structured data from unstructured data, being text or documents. It can also be classification or regression services, and many more services we can access here. So this is basically the vision we have for Cloud ERP, and also the technologies which are helping us to support it. And now, Olga, maybe you can tell us a bit more about what has been already been shipped with Cloud ERP and what's coming up. I guess that's even more important.
Sure, Lissandra. Thanks for the insights. And I'm glad you mentioned Cash Application. Did you know I'm a big fan of SAP Cash App? Oh. And one reason is it's one of our first AI features that was completely embedded into S/4HANA and first shipped within SAP S/4HANA, but that's not the only one, right? So we have many more other functionalities available for you, many AI features available. You can see on this list. Please do not read through it right now. Check them out after the sessions on your time. We have released AI functionality and machine learning through the areas in finance, in sales, procurement, digital supply chain, and others. And please go ahead and check them out. What can you leverage already today? What is there for you that you can use as of now? But of course, we are here to actually talk about what's coming next. And I would like to give you a preview of our future direction, our labs preview. And as it is a roadmap, it's of course subject to change. We have 4 categories of features, intelligent features. Is productivity, user experience, human-centered AI, and generative AI. When we talk about productivity, intelligent features that are coming up, we talk about those that maximize productivity for users, optimize operational efficiency, for example, accelerated sales order processing through prediction of missing data that helps faster completion, and users can focus on more complex tasks. And this is fully integrated into sales order front and back end. And this is great functionality that will come up soon. We have also another category of user experience. This is our digital assistant you mentioned. It's called Joule. I hope all by now heard the name. And this is our central entry point to our cloud solutions from SAP. You can ask questions, you can search, you can navigate to applications, you can even ask information on business objects. And there is much more that will come with Joule. Human-centered AI, another category there. We have really great functionality also coming up within the Fiori forms. So if you don't have any document or unstructured data as come as input or structured, and you still need to do this manual input in the form, what will happen if you start typing in the 1 or 2 or 3 fields, the rest of the form will be pre-filled for you automatically and proposed, and you can just accept all these proposals if they fit you or override them. And this is based on the historical data. This is what the power of machine learning is capable of doing. Another big and large block is, of course, generative AI. I mean, this is a hot topic for sure this year. And I'm personally also very excited, I guess Alessandro as well, about this topic. We have a lot coming up there, a lot of planned and in development. For example, we have delivery notes extraction from the, even like you make a picture of a document from with your phone, and the data will be automatically extracted and then enters SAP systems. How great is that? But that's not all. We have document information extraction service now enhanced with generative AI that allows us to process any types of document in your company. And stay tuned, our colleagues will have a session on document information extraction service powered by generative AI right after, if you're watching it live. If you watch a recording, please go ahead into the session catalog and search for generative AI or for artificial intelligence track. You will find many more great sessions. All right, so how do we actually innovate in Cloud ERP? We have broken this down to 6 areas, and one I've already talked about, this intelligent experience. This spans through all other business processes and includes Joule and includes digital assistant and human-centered AI. But let's talk about intelligent finance. For example, there's also a lot coming up with communication intelligence in finance, where we combine the power of generative AI and machine learning to analyze and prioritize the correspondence that helps to automate and significantly speed up the receivables process. So you get also generated proposed replies or even context-sensitive actions being proposed. In SAP Enterprise Service Management and Next Generation Shared Services Automation, if I would be now an agent in our Prague Shared Service Center, I would receive only most critical requests. Everything else will be automatically processed with the help of generative AI and machine learning. Within intelligent order management, I already spoken about a smart sales order creation. When we extract the data from the unstructured documents we stored in S/4HANA, if information was missing there for some reason, was not in part of the document, we will propose the missing fields. How great is that? Within intelligent project management, we have also generative AI coming with within the customer projects. For intelligent supply chain planning and execution, we have not only Gen AI, I have to say, and Alessandra, you as a data scientist will tell us, right, that Gen AI is not answer for everything. Somewhere we also need to apply, can I say traditional machine learning?
Yeah, traditional classical, that's also what we often call it.
I didn't know that machine learning will become classical, right? So with our machine learning, we have curve-based forecasting will be available for the planners and much more. And within intelligent operations, we would have capabilities like next generation or AI-infused visual inspection. So we know that our eyes is not like machine. We cannot compete with machines in detecting defects in manufacturing. So if there is something being produced, right, and we as humans, we will not detect it as quickly as the machine. And that's what is happening here within intelligent operations and with visual inspection, that during the operation, the operators during manufacturing process will be notified if there are some defects occurring. Well, hopefully not, but I think this still happens and can happen. And with that, we are integrating it with one click. You can integrate this functionality within your manufacturing process. And this is coming to the end of the content part of that. What I would like you as a takeaway from the session is to go ahead and please check out what is there already available for you as of today from our portfolio. But also, please stay tuned for all the great features that come in also with generative AI and not only. And please watch other sessions that were already happening or will happen on generative AI and artificial intelligence. And with that, I think we have the time for our Q&A. I hope we have some questions.
Live Q&A.
Hi, welcome back. Hi. So now to our Q&A session. And yeah, it's great to see so many questions are already coming in. And let us see. Shall I start with the first one? maybe.
Yeah.
So so we have the first question. What about AI solutions for S/4HANA RISE or on-prem?
Shall I take it? All right. So there will be, of course, we will have a premium package where you will be able to access and consume some of the functionalities there. I do not have information on-prem, what will be available there. There is, of course, we have some functionalities that are already released. You can check this out and check what is there from the existing functionalities. For the planned ones, we'll have to see.
So I think this is really ongoing and internal discussions ongoing what can be made available, and stay tuned. I guess that's
for the new ones.
All right. All right. The next one. Very similar, right?
Yeah, this is similar. I'll take another one. Perhaps this on the
right side. Yeah. Do you know if once these features are released, they will be available in the trial account?
Yes, we do have already document information extraction available on the trial account. Perhaps you go ahead and check this out. There are also other functionalities. I'm not sure which release what you're referring to, but we have also various options.
Yeah. And I think there's another section whether you can build end-to-end scenarios backed by SAP AI services in the trial account, and it's going in a similar direction, right? So I guess, yes, partially it is possible, but maybe not with all services. We would need to double check here. It depends a bit on the exact use case, I guess, what you want to do. But I guess some you could definitely also build in your trial account.
It's available now on BTP also.
Yeah. Okay. And a lot of questions around the availability of the features in RISE and private cloud. I guess we have already covered that.
I think we covered most of them, right?
Yeah, I guess those are. Yeah. Any other questions? If not,
I think this one, right? Can we have all the features related to BTP with Joule, generative AI, and others with SAP S/4HANA on-prem? All right. So I think we see many questions arising regarding on-prem releases, and I think you have to stay tuned. I don't have an answer for it right now. We will reach out to SAP, reach out to our colleagues, to us. We will happy to pick this up once we have the good answer there, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right, I think we went through all the questions.
We did. So thanks a lot for this. Thanks a lot for being so active here with the questions. It was great having you. And
thanks a lot from my side as well.
Yeah.
Have a great rest of the day.
Have fun for the rest of the sessions.
Bye.
Bye.